Hey, what is up guys? So I got something really unusual and I think a lot of you guys will like this, and it is a Fabled Red Dragon Archfiend Darkworld deck. And you might be thinking, what the heck is this? It's a really interesting concept. Using chicken race and pseudo space, everything is possible, and I really like decks that don't just FTK, because you know, FTKing and OTKing, pretty strong stuff in the game, but it's cool how these cards actually have some synergy with each other, and it's going to be pulling off some other new Red Dragon Archfiend cards that I have not even heard of yet. And that is actually pretty cool to see. And I'll go ahead and break it down for you guys after we go ahead and watch the replay real quick, because some of you guys might understand how it works and you just want to briefly understand the concept of the deck. But the Lucent Netherlord of the Darkworld, which not that many people played at all. He wasn't too good, and like Darkworld's basically phased out, I would say, at that point. But for the most part, Darkworld is still a pretty strong deck. Now, I know it can't compete with things like Necros and stuff, but nonetheless, it's still a pretty darn good archetype, especially if you mix in with the Chicken Race Pseudo Space. There's a lot more crazy stuff that you can pull off, but here's a new card. It's the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Belial. I'll go over its effect in just a moment, because this card over here, the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, this card is the I summon it, you can't do anything, I'm probably going to win this turn card. So, I'm going to go over this card's effect really quick, and don't worry, I'll break it down for you guys, for all the little plays, so you guys can understand how to actually do some of these combos. But anyways, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, like the longest name ever. So anyways, when this card is synchro summon, you can activate this effect. Your opponent can't activate cards or effects on the field for the rest of the turn. That pretty much says, I'm summoning this thing, I'm winning the game. Unless, of course, you know, you got like Battle Fader. Because remember, it says your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response. Well, they can't activate anything in response to this card's activation. But the main part is that when you activate this effect, your opponent can't activate or cards or effects on the field, so that obviously would not affect things in the hand like Swift Scarecrow. But what's good is your opponent can't like effect feather this, because it can't. Your opponent can't have a response into this card's activation. And in addition to that, if it wasn't already good enough, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, and you get to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. And if that wasn't enough, if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent, either by battle or by card effect, you can target one level 8 or lower Dark Dragon type Synchro monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So basically, whatever you use to bring this card out, because it does require 2 tuners and 1 non-tuner Dark Dragon type Synchro monster. So it is kind of a conditional card, because it's specific to, not only do you have to have 2 tuners, but you have to have a Dark tuner and, a non-tuner Dark Dragon type Synchro monster to actually bust this guy out. But once you get him out, he's actually pretty beast, and he made so many amazing plays. Let's go ahead and actually go over all of the effects, and we'll kind of break it down slower for some of you guys, so you guys can understand what the heck was going on, because I didn't know half these plays existed. Alright, so let's go ahead and check it out, because, like I said, I didn't know anyone even played this card. I forgot this card even existed. What was that, man? Is that a kid or a squid? Alright, so anyways, the opponent's playing Despots. I'm not going to go over Chicken Race's effect, but basically pay 1,000 to draw a card. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with Upstart. It's just basically deck thinning abilities is what he's really using right now. And then he's going to go ahead and actually summon the Fabled Raven, which is actually a key card in here. And Fabled Raven's effect is that once per turn you can discard any number of cards. And if you do, it gains 1 level and 400 attack for each discarded card until the end of the turn. So it also is a tuner. That's actually kind of key here as well. So he's going to go ahead and activate the effect of Grimrow. Grimrow's effect is that as long as you control a face-up Fabled monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to add 1 Fabled monster from your deck to your hand, except for the same copy of itself, which is Fabled Grimrow. So he's going to go ahead and activate that effect. He's going to add Cerberus. Now Cerberus, along with some of the Dark Worlds, when you discard them, they are going to get their effects. So this one over here, Beige, he's going to go ahead and special summon itself, and the Cerberus, or Cerberol, he is able to be special summoned when he is discarded. So that's just how the synergy of the deck works. And then he's going to go ahead and make the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Belial, which is a card I didn't know existed. So anyways, it's 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner Dark Dragon type Synchro monsters. So he actually made that guy previously, and then he's going to go ahead and bust out this guy on top of it. So you can actually, his effect is that you can tribute 1 monster, then target 1 Red Dragon Archfiend monster in graveyard and special summon it. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon 2 tuner monsters in defense position with the same level, 1 from your deck and 1 from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. So that's a really good effect. Lets you get, 1 tuner from the grave. Obviously, if you're making this card, you should have a tuner in the grave, and then you get 1 from your deck. Now, I really wanted to try to somehow make it so somehow you could inflict... I'm wondering if there's a card that somehow lets you attack during main phase so we can get this out. Then we can get our other cards. If you guys know of some weird card, because there are some pretty obscure random cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm wondering, maybe we can somehow get this effect before the battle phase? I don't know. You guys know that there are lots of crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Maybe you guys can figure out a combo. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and activate Gates. Gates allows him to discard, he banishes one Fiend-type monster from his graveyard, and then he discards one. And that's going to allow him to get the other Luciant out for free over here. And then he's going to go ahead and then now be able to synchro up into the Red Dragon Archfiend Scar Right. So Scar Right's effect is that when this card, it's treated as Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard. Then once per turn, you can destroy as many special summon effect monsters whose attack is less than or equal to this card's attack as possible, other than this card. Then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed, and it can still attack the same turn. And I'm like, whoa. Like that hot Red Dragon Archfiend, or the jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend, that card can't attack during the turn you activate this effect. This one, it destroys, then you inflict damage, and it can still attack. Man, you're getting too strong for me. Anyways, now he's going to go ahead and continue discarding cards, and from there he's going to get another Luciant over here, and obviously free cards for days over here is pretty good. Now, the Mist Valley Baby Rock, when this card is sent directly from the hand to the graveyard, you can special summon it, so that allows you just to get rid of it. Interesting enough, sent from the hand to the graveyard is not the same as discarding. Just keep that in mind. That's future reference for just like Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. I know a lot of people think it's this. Essentially, it is the same, but the Yu-Gi-Oh! Does not consider it the same. Like, the wind-ups will not trigger the Darkworld effects, unfortunately. That would make Darkworlds even better than they were at that time. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and pseudo-space the Chicken Race, Terraforming, bam, Chicken Race, pseudo-space. That thing is just such a nasty combo. He's going to give his opponent more life points. Doesn't really matter because he's able to be like, bam, another Red Dragon Archfiend Scar Right. So he's got double of these, and he has the hot Red Dragon Archfiend Belial, and then on top of this, the same turn. Well, he's going to go ahead and increase his attack by a little bit so he doesn't take as much damage. Then he's able to get 2 of these out, and I think that that's really good. Like, he can synchro up to 2 more level 10s and then exceed into something crazy, and I really liked where that was going. I don't know why he didn't make that play. He could have if he wanted to. I didn't know if Despbots could really deal with... I think Gustav Max has 2,000 defense, but I think this deck, it can technically get their cards up to absurd amounts of attack as a decree in the back, so that wasn't going to do anything. I was thinking at this point, well, if he hadn't made that, maybe he could have went into a Gustav Max. That could have been an alternate play. I'm going to see if this guy actually runs in here. I'll actually give you guys a deck profile if you want it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below if you want it. Don't you love those YouTubers who are like, if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll do it. No, if anyone wants it, I'll gladly do it, because I think that's kind of like clickbait. We should do it. If this video gets 420 Blaze It likes, only if it gets 420. If it gets one more, who ruins it? No deck. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't like that. But anyways, yeah, he's able to go ahead and get over it without 4,000 attack. Despot 003, but unfortunately, he has to get rid of this card over here. The reason why is because it's going to destroy as many special summon monsters, and then he's going to take a bunch of damage. It didn't really matter. He already knew it was going to be game over anyways, because this card is just, it's so strong. Like, you get rid of it either, however you get rid of it, other than bouncing it back, I believe, it's in its owner's possession is destroyed. So then you can go back to your other cards, and then you can pop, and you just blow up the field, like, well, basically, because you get this bad boy again. I assume that's what he would go for, because that was the only other target. But that was really cool, and thank you, Mr. G-Man, for showing off this replay, because I would have, if someone was, I'm sure someone probably was like, oh, I really want to make this deck, and he definitely showed how to make it really well. And the thing is kind of cool, because no one really played Fableds. Basically, they saw a little bit of play back in the Zombies days, but it wasn't really too meta. A lot of people tried it out, but I'd like to know, guys, is there a card that we can somehow trigger the other card's effects where, like, it's like it inflicts battle damage. It allows you to special summon 1 tuner from the graveyard as well as 1 tuner from the deck. And I really want to see if there's some other way we can, like, get that effect out, or if there's some other way we can, like, quickly synchro. I know that there's a card that, like, there's a card that, I think it might be a trap card where you get to, like, synchro. It's like, I don't remember what the card is called. I think it might be called, like, or is it Urgent Tuning or something? If we could just get that card out, then flip up that other card. Because remember, when this card gets its effect, your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to this activation. Oh, it's, when this card is synchro summoned, your opponent can't activate cards or effects on the field for the rest of the turn. So basically, as long as you get that through, they can't stop it. You can't wiretap any of your stuff, because you're going to get your play off once you make this bad boy with a 4K attack. But yeah, thanks a lot, G-Man, for sending in the secret replay. I appreciate it, man. These are some awesome plays with the new Red Dragon Archfiend cards. I didn't even know this guy existed. But thanks for watching, guys. And this is your boy, Will Smith, signing out.